Good morning, children. And a long time, after a long time, I again came in front of you with a new lesson, the Kings of Vijayanagara. Vijayanagara means the city of victory. And how we know about it, who constructed this, and who built this? Firstly, in this picture, we are seeing two members, Harihara Raya and Bukkaraya. These are the two members constructed and built Vijayanagara kingdom in 1936 AD on the blessings of sage named Vidyaranya. Sage means Guru of the Vijayanagara king. On his blessings, these two members are built the kingdom. Vijayanagara means the city of victory. So this kingdom is have so much history and so much victory. The kings of Vijayanagara worshipped Sri Virupaksha Shiva and greatly enlarged the temple. Vijayanagara empire lasted for about 250 years, though it was not ruled by the kings of the same family. It means the kingdom is ruled by different dynasties. Those are belongs to Rayas. What are the dynasties? Here 4 dynasties. First one Sangama, second Chaluva, third Tuluva, fourth one Aravedi. Once again I am repeating Sangama, Chaluva, Tuluva, Aravedi. These are the 4 dynasties ruled Vijayanagara kingdom. And next, simultaneously Vijayanagara kingdom, with that great kingdom, another kingdom is also located in the north of the Tungabhadra river. Those are the new kingdom, that is those are called as the Bahmani kingdoms. Though this Bahmani kingdom capital is Gulbarga. Later on, between 1489 to 1520 AD, it broke up into 5 smaller kingdoms. Of these 5 kingdoms, Bijapur and Golconda ruled over large parts of the present day Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh. So Golconda are well known, we all of you, that Golconda, these all are the small kingdoms divided from Bahmani kingdom. These two are located in Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh. Next, these after sultans and the warriors came from Iran and Arabia. Now come to again our Vijayanagara kingdom. This Vijayanagara kingdom map here is there now. Here this southern side of India, mostly Vijayanagara empire. North of Vijayanagara empire, Bahmani kingdom is there. So these are all Samantas of Vijayanagara empire. Next, small states also here we are seeing in this. Next, some of the great kings of Vijayanagara. Here one of the list we are seeing now. These are the important kings of Vijayanagara ruled in a different years. First one, see Harihara Raya. He is ruled the Vijayanagara kingdom from 1336 to 1357. Totally 21 years ruled. Next, Bukkaraya 1, 1357 to 1377 AD. Nearly 20 years. Next, Harihara Raya 2, 1377 to 1404 AD, 27 years. Next, Devaraya 2, 1426 to 1446 AD, nearly 20 years. Next, Salva Narasimharaya 1486 to 1491 AD, 5 years. So, he is only very less ruled, 5 years. Next, Krishna Devaraya 1509 to 1529, totally 20 years. Next, Achyutaraya 1529 to 1542 AD, 13 years. Aliya Ramaraya 1543 to 1565 AD, totally 22 years. Next, Venkatapati Raya 1585 to 1614 AD, totally 29 years. So these are the important kings, different kings ruled Vijayanagara kingdom. Totally least 5 years to highest 30 years. Nearly 29 years. So these are the important kings list belongs to Vijayanagara kingdom. So how we know the greatness and the construction of Vijayanagara kingdom? Through some of the witness. Witness means some persons directly visited this kingdom in some years, and they wrote in their book about the greatness of Vijayanagara kingdom. With that books we know about the how the Vijayanagara kingdom have a great history. In that, four members are played and came to Vijayanagara kingdom. First one, Niccolo Conti. Niccolo Conti from Italy. And next, Vijayanagara kingdom. From next one came to Vijayanagara kingdom is Abdul Rajak. Here see we are seeing Niccolo Conti from Italy, Abdul Rajak from Persia, Pez from Portuguese, and Nunes. These are the four members came to Vijayanagara kingdom and visited, and he wrote in their books. With that we are getting information about the Vijayanagara greatness. And next, these are the some of the temples. Those are very famous in Vijayanagara city. The temples are Pampa Devi and Virupaksha temples. These two temples visited by Abdul Rajak, and he wrote in his book about these temples. Next, see Vijayanagara city divisions. Vijayanagara city divisions means now we are seeing for the ruling, easy ruling, government is dividing the districts into corporations. Next, panchayats, like that, local bodies. So like that, in Vijayanagara kingdom also it is divided into 4 divisions. That means the fort also allotted, in that fort also the place allotted according to these 4 divisions. First one is located, given to the temples. Those are located on rocky hills. Next, second one given to crops. That means mostly farmers. The place is allotted to the irrigation, and government and kingdom is providing irrigation and channels. Next, third one, the royal center, which royal palaces and residencies of important nayakas. That means here in this the people who are belongs to main kings or kingdom, royal families, those are living. Next, fourth one, allotted to residence for ordinary town folk, ordinary towns. So this division like this. In this map we are seeing urban area. Next, up of urban area temples. On up of the temples Tungabhadra river we are seeing next fort, like this. So in this map where Vijayanagara kings are dividing 4 divisions and allotted the places to living according to these divisions. Next one, see here armies and military leaders and how they are participate. Next, according to present situations, the government is also preparing some army and providing funds, salaries to them. Like that, in Vijayanagara kingdom is also king spend a lot of money on building military power for participating in the wars. And next, mostly spend a large number of horses from Arabia and Iran. It means Vijayanagara kings are bringing horses from Arabia and Iran. Through this, they are maintaining friendly relations with other countries. Next, which came into ships, their ports on the west coast. So with this, we are knowing that they are doing business with the seaports also, and they built very strong forts, and very they whatever the things they needed they bring from other countries. That means they are importing. Next, so According to Vijayanagara kings, they are expending their money mostly on the temple and the irrigation, and next to construct army for the welfare of kingdom. So with this they are giving special training to the army, and every citizen must prepare very well person in a army. They are making the military leaders also. Were that military leaders, they kept a name Amaranayakas. Here see next point, captains of the troops, the Amaranayakas. It means the leader. Some of the groups are constructed by the army, by the soldiers. Further, a leader is also there. He is called as Amaranayakas. And the duties of Amaranayakas to lead and prepare the army. And next, he is the captain to that team. And not only that, he is collecting the Amara. Amara means revenue from the people for assignments. That means nowadays also government is collecting tax from us. Through this, the government satisfying our needs. Like that, in that time also minimum tax is collected by the Vijayanagara kings through this Amaranayakas. They are collecting this Amara and revenue. Again, they are paying to the kings. And not only that, these Amaranayakas have judicial powers also. That means the people are having any problems or any criminal activities, for that these Amaranayakas making the judgments and give the punishments. Simply local leaders, like local leaders. And next, this we can see in a similar kingdom, Delhi Sultan. In that Delhi Sultanate also, like this same procedure we must seeing. Next, agriculture. Most of the Nayakas are Telugus, and they are led armies which were mostly composed of Telugu speaking farmers. So in Vijayanagara kingdom, they are giving importance to Telugu. And agriculture means the farmers. Mostly the Nayakas are speaking languages Telugu, and the Amaranayakas are constructed with the permission of kings. They built irrigational tanks and canals. They settled down in various parts of Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, like this, and they are giving importance to the agriculture. For that, they are providing farmers. Water through the tanks and reservoirs, capturing rainwater and other drainage water. So whatever the irrigation system now we are seeing, those that all are applied in that Vijayanagara kingdom before only. So even the temples were also invested that endowment irrigation and were sharing enhanced production. It means endowment means the division of temples. If in that kingdom the temples are getting any money through the devotees, that money is again invested mostly in the agriculture through irrigation. It means providing water. And next, these all we must see the great Tirumala temple for in a rock, on the rock slate, in that is constructed in 1494 by the kings. Next, trade and Kalavari. Trade means business. The business is doing by the Vijayanagara kingdoms through the seaports. That means they are also doing export and imports. Mostly they are doing trade to the three seaports with the some of the countries, Arabs, Jews, Americans, like that. And mostly they are interested to grow cavalry. Cavalry means feeding of horses. And next, why the horse feeding? Because the horses are using mostly by the soldiers in the war. And next, some of the goods, those are guns and strategic goods, textiles, spices, craft items. These are also they are bringing from other countries. So next here, see, we are seeing a picture of Krishna Devaraya. He is the one of the great king in Vijayanagara kings. So he Krishna Devaraya king ruled from 1509 to 1529. This period before picture we are discussed. He was a great general who led the Vijayanagara army successfully, and he completely given a competition to the Bahmani sultans. Gajapatis nowadays belongs to Odisha. So this during this Krishnadevara period, the Portuguese has established their powers. Some ports of the western coast like Goa. Krishnadevara established friendly relations with all that. So through this, he spread his kingdom. Krishnadevara paid special attention to the temples of the kingdom and personally visited how the temples are there. If the development of temples they needed any money, if they needed, he donate the money and he constructed some of the temples. And mostly he visited the great Tirupati. Nowadays we are seeing the Tirumala, that Tirupati, and next Srisailam, Ahobilam, some of the temples he directly visited and donate a large number of money to that temples. Next, towering temple. Gateways are called Raya Gopurams. That means he visited in some of the temples, the Gopurams are constructed in the temples, that Gopurams are in the respect of Krishna Devaraya, that Gopurams are called as Raya Gopurams. Once again I am repeating, Raya Gopurams. In this Krishna Devaraya kingdom, mostly well known the poets, that means he greatly given importance to the agriculture, temples and poets also. Sahityam, he is given most important to the Sahityam for their development in his kingdom. The great 8 kings are given a place in his kingdom. So in his Sabha, he is everywhere, every time, everywhere he want to construct a Sabha, he must take his poets and give an importance to that. That poets are Astadigajas. Astadigajas means 8 poets, 8 members. These 8 members are Allasani Peddana, Mukku Timmana, Durjati, Ramaraja Bhushana, Tenali Ramakrishna, Pingali Surana, Ayyala Raju, Ramabhadrudu, Madhyagari Mallanna. Once again I am repeating Astadigajas, Allasani Peddana, Mukku Timmana, Durjati, Ramaraja Bhushana, Tenali Ramakrishna, Pingali Surana, Ayyala Raju Ramabhadrudu and Madhyagiri Mallanna. So next, how this Vijayanagara kingdom is how this Vijayanagara kingdom ended. Ended means so after the Krishnadevaraya, so many kings came, like their brothers, whatever the hereditary rulers they came, but they not managed the greatness of the Vijayanagara kingdom. See here, one of the great temple in Kanchipuram, Tamil Nadu, the Gopuram of Ekambareshwara temple. This is well known. This is constructed by the Vijayanagara kings, and the last king is he is only Aliya Ramaraya, and the successor of Achyuta Devaraya. It means Krishna Devaraya after Achyuta Devaraya after Aliya Ramaraya. So this Aliya Ramaraya is faced the Bahmani rulers and fight Vijayanagara individually by 1565, but he is not managed the Bahmanis, and he faced a great war, that is Rakshasa Tangadi war near Tallikota war. As well as this Rakshasa Tangadi war is also known as with another name, Tallikota war. And in this war, most of the persons are injured and looted and destroyed. The city of Vijayanagara is started. Next, after the Vijayanagara, so many the emperors are succeeded him. shifted their capital to Chandragiri near Tirupati, but never regained the glory of earlier times. So, slowly the Vijayanagara kingdom is collapsed, and next some of the kingdoms are came into rule. Those are the sultans and the chiefs of Nayakas. Some other kings came to rule. So this is about the Vijayanagara kingdom. So whatever we are discussed in this lesson, who built the Vijayanagara kingdom and the travels who visited, how the city is divided, and the army military how they constructed, and captain troops, agriculture, and trade and cavalry, the greatness of Vijayanagara, mostly Telugu people. Here we know that the important and the greatness of Vijayanagara, one of the famous book Amukta Malyada is only, this book is wrote by Vijayanagara king, the great king Krishnadevaraya. So, and not only that, he only said Desa Bhashalandu Telugu Lasha. It means he given most important to the Telugu. So, bye students, take care and well prepare and well study.